Okay.
Hello and welcome to our Expression of Art and Culture series. My name is Zore Rezazadeh, the president of UNESCO Body and Mind Wellness, referred to as UNESCO BMW. For your information, this program is recorded. Today, we want to learn and hear Melody of Guitar by Erwan Lesigne. I hope that I am
Hello.
pronouncing right, but after you maybe tell me how you have to pronounce it. Our guitar instructor here is very passionate and very patient also. And I want to also thank Ambika and Amvita, the two of our very young and very talented volunteers who has created this program for all guitar lovers from basic to advanced. I am honored to introduce our artist and instructor Erwan, who is going to talk a bit about himself and the schedule of today's program. Hello, Erwan. The floor
Hello,
is yours.
Zoe. Thank you so much for inviting me today and for giving me the opportunity to do these online sessions. Um, it's a great pleasure to be here. And so I'm just gonna start by giving a bit of background about myself, and then I will show as well on a more practical side what we can carry as guitar musicians. And then the idea is to go through other steps where I will show how to begin with guitar learning and how to continue with guitar learning. So, first of all, so my name is Erwan Lesigne, so I'm French. So the pronunciation is somewhere around Erwan or Erwin as is more comfortable for you. And I have actually a few nicknames that might be easier for you to use. I've been called a few nicknames over the years, Wawan, which is the most common one, as well as Obi-Wan, because most of my friends back in the days were quite fans of Star Wars series, so they called me Obi-Wan. And twice, I also got the nickname of Air Force One. No more, no less. So, if any of these nicknames suit you better than Erwan, you're most welcome to call me that. So, Erwan or Obi-Wan or Wawan, as you feel. So, today's session is quite an informal session. The goal objective of this session today is to allow you to get a sense of guitar playing, and it's a first step towards learning more in guitar and improving your knowledge and also getting to know how you can do that, improving on your own as well. Because having a teacher is not always easy. Being online is not always easy. So, to begin with, a few things to know and to have into consideration when you do guitar. So, I've been playing guitar since I was 12 years old. I'm 37 today. So, I've been playing for a while. Um, and I've been playing for in many different occasions. And since I actually discovered the meditation that you might have heard of, Sahaja Yoga, um, whose initiator, the person who created Sahaja Yoga, her name is Srimati Nirmala Devi, and she has been giving the opportunity for everybody to meditate. Why do I talk about meditation? Is because ever since I discovered meditation, so the process that we use in Sahaja Yoga, it has helped me a lot in music playing and to specifically ground myself more. Um, I am not a very good student. I've never been a very good student. I am average in terms of studying. I've never really enjoyed school very much. What I've enjoyed most is practicing. is playing the guitar. And before finding Sahaja Yoga, I was not sure what I was going to do in the future. And finding the meditation helped me to ground myself and to be able to, through the process of meditation, to actually be able to play better, definitely play better. So it can be something that you might be interested in which case you can check out the website freemeditation.com or wemeditate.com as well, wemeditate.com or freemeditation.com. So yeah, that's about it. And as far as I am concerned, so yeah, I've been playing for a long time, but like I said, I really enjoy playing collectively with people. I've never really been good on my own as a guitar player. I prefer to improve and play with other people and just have fun. So what I would start by saying is that guitar playing, as far as I'm concerned, needs to be joyful and needs to be playful. Okay, it cannot be taken too seriously. If you take it too seriously, then it might impact your future playing. Some people are very strict with themselves. I wasn't. I've always been very light with my guitar playing, which hasn't really prevented me from learning and today being able to play with other people. So, to begin with, on a practical level, what you need as a guitar player. Obviously, you will need a guitar. This is the first thing. So what I have here is a electro-acoustic guitar, okay? So why electro? Here you see there is a few buttons here, so I am able to plug in the guitar with this cable, okay? And I can plug it to amplify the music, all right? So right now it's not plugged in, so the music won't be amplified. So right now it just sounds really just like that. Okay, so this is the natural sound of my guitar currently. Let me know if you hear clearly as well, okay? If it's not clear the sound, let me know if it's not clear, okay? So, you need a guitar to start playing. There is no type of guitar that you need to play most on, okay? For example, I see that Ryan here has a classical guitar, so this is absolutely fine. I've been playing on classical guitar for many years. I still have my classical guitar, but recently I've decided to go on a more acoustic version because the sound is different, the touch is different, and obviously I can plug it in for amplification. I can amplify the sound. So because now I happen to do concerts as well, so I need something that I can amplify and that has a good sound. A classical guitar, generally speaking, is not going to be amplified. You can have an amplified version, but it's not necessarily going to be amplified. And classical guitar is generally meant to play classical music, whereas this is more meant to play pop song, rock song, to play other different kind of songs that are out there. All right. So after the guitar that you can buy, and you can buy a pretty cheap guitar to start with if you want. You can also buy a more expensive guitar. This one, for example, is not exactly very expensive. It's about 600 to 700 euros. That would be maybe a little more in dollars. And but you don't necessarily need to buy something expensive to begin with. It completely depends on your willingness to play more often or less often. And I will come to that in a little while, the regularity of your playing, for example. So after the guitar, what you can use, so this is just the strap so that I can keep the guitar when I stand up. This is a strap that I will just put around myself. And if I stand up, I don't have to actually hold the guitar. I can simply keep it steady as I play. Next, you might need that at some point. This is a capo, what we call capo or capo. I'm not exactly sure of how it pronounces in English. The capo. So the capo basically comes on those strings, and you can place it anywhere on this part. Okay, that basically changes the pitch of you playing. I will show you a little later on. I will give you an example of how it actually changes the pitch. Okay. Another thing that you might need is something to tune your guitar. Okay. So for this guitar, I have a tuner inside. So when I press here, you can see that it lights up. So when I play, it will tell me where the tune is. So here, for example, it tells me that my E chord, E string, is tuned properly. Okay, so if I go through all the chords, all the strings here, I will see that it lights up on the tuner, and I can see where to tune it according to what I want. Okay, and generally speaking, when you use a tuner, if you use a physical tuner, this is my phone, but you also have, I used to have back in the days, I used to have a physical tuner as well, which you would put in front of your guitar and tune with it. Now, the cool thing about technology is that you can have that on your phone. So if you do have a phone, or maybe your parents have a phone, they can install an application on it for free. So I have one or two in there. And the one I use is called Guitar Tuna, like the fish, Guitar Tuna. So when I put the Guitar Tuna here, it shows me that, and then you just have to select the, so this is just the premium that they're asking for. So that here you see your guitar, and basically when you play, it will tell you where everything is, okay? And the goal is to have it in the middle. Okay, so if it's in the middle, so see here, it checks out, it works. And you do that for all the chords. See, you hear the little sound, it checks. So that way, if you need to tune up your guitar when you're just starting to play, you can do that through that. So this is a free app. I'm not paying for it, okay? And you might have something else in the US, I'm not sure, depending on where you are, but in the App Store, Google Store as well, Google Play, I think, you can have that. So, because obviously when you play and you're out of tune, it's not very nice. Personally, I don't like it. I like to really kind of be tuned as much as possible. So, if I do a simple chords here, this is how it should sound like. Okay, we'll come to the chords a little later during the course. Okay, so this is for the tuner, this is for the guitar. An important thing is that personally I enjoy to take care of my instruments. When you have a guitar, for example, or any other instruments, it's nice if you travel to keep your guitar safe, okay? And when to keep your guitar safe, you need a proper case for it. So I use a standard one, and has layers to protect the guitar. So generally those days they make better cases than they used to. So you can, buy a standard one, should do the trick. However, when you travel, for example in train, I broke one guitar one day in a train because the train stopped all of a sudden and the guitar literally flew through the train overhead and kind of went crashing. And because the guitar was not protected well, it kind of broke a little bit. I fixed it. It still was working. It wasn't a very expensive guitar. It was a pretty decent guitar. But ever since that day, the case was very, very thin and it was not protecting the guitar enough. So I decided to actually buy a strong guitar from Paris, a strong guitar case from Paris, thick one to protect it well so that it wouldn't happen again. Because spending money on instruments, you want to keep your instrument, even if it's not very expensive. It's nice to keep your instruments safe. So a guitar case is better. I have one here, and by the way, the brand of my guitar is called Seagull. So I'm not sure if you can actually see the Seagull. So that's a Canadian brand, Seagull, like the seagull, like the animal. And it's a Canadian brand, and they use reusable wood for it. Timber. The timber that they use is reusable, so it's very natural, it's very durable, and it's a nice guitar actually. So and I've got the case that comes with it. So the case is pretty simple, nothing fancy about the case, but the guitar itself is nice to play with. So other than that, what you can also want to have eventually is a guitar stand. So this helps you to keep your guitar outside of the case at your place, for example. So I put my guitar on that when I want to play during the day. I just keep it like that so that I can have direct access to it. This is also a guitar stand that can travel with it. Can actually, just change the, you can actually close it. And I'm not going to close it entirely, but you can close it and basically you can travel with it. So it's very practical, because sometimes when you're with friends and you have a lot of friends at your place, if you want to put your guitar on the floor, somebody might actually step on it by mistake. So you put your guitar on the stand and people will see it. You put it next to your wall and that's it. Your guitar is safe and you can take it anytime. When I play, generally I'm sitting on the ground and I have many people around me. So putting the guitar on the floor is not exactly easy. So this is why I bought one guitar stand. So if you want to have that, this is a traveling version, but you can have the bigger version of it. And finally, I think, those picks here. This is a white one. I've got several. I've got a yellow one, and we got orange one. So this is something that you might also want to use at some point. So what's the difference between playing only with your fingers and playing with that? I'm sure you already know it, but basically the sound is stronger versus when you play with your fingers, it's softer. So depending on what you're going to be playing, depending on how you want to play it, you might want to use either your fingers, or if you want to play hard and really make people dance, which is a nice thing to do as well, you can go hard on the guitar, okay? And you can go faster as well, okay? And another obvious thing, at least for me now, is that you don't hurt your fingers by playing, because if you play fast, I play with my thumb, for example, and when you play fast, you might actually happen to hurt your thumb, okay? So the goal is to play either soft with your fingers like that. Just playing with the thumb is actually quite fine, Many guitar players just play with the thumb like that. So this is just strumming down and up. You can do that as with me if you want. At the same time, it's no problem. And otherwise with your 4 other fingers, but this is more for harmonies. So this is just harmony, and then with your thumb you can play like that. And obviously, like I said before, if you want to go hard, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje. So this was actually the little video I recorded that was on the YouTube for the invitation. I'm not sure if you had a chance to watch it, but this was the song I was doing. And if we have time at the end of a class today, I can sing an entire song as well. It's no problem. Probably going to sing what I know though, know what you might want to see playing, but yeah. So this is basically the equipment of a guitar player. Now, you don't necessarily need to have all of that. If you don't have a pick, if you don't have a stand, if you don't have a case, and you just have a guitar at home to begin with, it's absolutely fine. There's no need to invest in any more material, in any more equipment. I'm just showing you what I have and what I've had for years. And you even get more equipment, that's okay. And these are books that I use. So this is what we call a songbook, and these are many songs related to the meditation thing element that we do. What I've been playing many years, and often you have just pieces of papers like that. So if you have papers like that, just like that, and you have your songs on it, because sometimes you're not going to remember the chords or you're not going to remember the lyrics, so you need to have the actual song. The problem with that is that it can fly easily. So if you're in a place where you have windows open and stuff like that, it will fly away. So it's not going to be very, efficient for you. So after many years, at some point, I finally decided to have a binder, and actually this is my binder. This is what I have used over the years of playing guitar. So you can buy one, and if you want to just print out the songs that you want to play down the line, you can have one and have all your songs kept here, so that when you play, you can open it to the right section. Okay. And otherwise, if you have an entire book, you have this. And what I like about this kind of binding is that you can open it easily and it stays open. You don't have to, because books generally, if they're not stretched enough, they will just close by themselves. So if they close by themselves while you're playing, it's not exactly easy, right? So you can just keep it like that, keep it on your table, and it stays open. So if you happen to want to put all your songs together and print them and bind them, I would suggest to use that rebound coil kind of thing, where you can easily open the book and close it. So that if you need to have it in front of you, it will not close. Okay? By the way, if you have any questions at this point, feel free to interrupt me and ask your question. Or you can keep them for the end, okay? Right now, I'm not sure what your level is. I know that we got a very sweet 9-year-old here, which is a very nice age to play guitar, because the sooner you start, the better it gets, because you can have more time for playing. Now, I started, like I said, at 12 years old, and I started with classical playing. So I did about 5 years of classical playing, and then I switched to acoustic playing. So I've been playing everything from my generation, we'll say, many French songs, as well as Bob Marley, Queen, U2, Oasis. I enjoy very much pop songs. I enjoy what has beeps. I really enjoy what really has rhythm. I enjoy very much playing with rhythm. I enjoy actually more of the rhythm than actual chords. For me, the chords are just a mean to an end. So if when playing, you don't need to have complex chords, okay? If you have 3 chords, it's good enough to play any song. There are many songs out there that only uses 3 chords. So what are the chords? Those chords are basically a mix of notes. So here, for example, if I take a simple one on the regular scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, this is your regular scale. So these strings, these chords, are going to be on that part, okay? So I'll show you just 3 simple chords that you can play to begin with. This is called the E minor, okay? So you can do them as well if you want. Okay. Then we get a G. So this is a G major. So generally we don't say major, we just say the name of the chord. E. But we say the minor though. So E minor and G. Okay. And another one, let's say, we'll put this one. This is a A, okay? So E minor, G, and A. So these are some of the chords that you can potentially play. Just give me 1 second. I will put some light here so that it gets a little clearer. I will be right back. It's right here. We're getting to the end of the day here, so more than halfway through the day, so it's a little darker. So now it's a little nicer so that you can see properly what I'm doing. Okay, so like I said, I've never been really disciplined at playing, okay? All I know is that I've always enjoyed playing. Now, at some point, while you're learning guitar, you're gonna need to define if you also want to sing, for example. Most guitar players sing as well. I've been singing with and without guitar, so I like both. I like to sing without the guitar and I like to sing with the guitar, and I enjoy it. So when I do, it really brings a lot of joy to me. So this is something you don't necessarily have to do, sing, for example. And there's no such thing as bad singer or good singer, nor bad guitar playing or good guitar player. What matters is the amount of time that you dedicate to playing the guitar, okay? And it's just like everything else. Studying, playing another instrument, or anything else, it's exactly the same, okay? So if you spend 2 hours per day playing guitar, you're gonna obviously improve yourself better than if you play only 2 hours every 2 weeks, right? Training yourself is what is gonna get you to being a good player, a good guitar player, or an average guitar player, or somebody that doesn't play and plays only once a year, obviously cannot really consider himself or herself a good guitar player. The same with singing. And I don't know if you know that person. I will quote somebody that you might know of, Bobby McFerrin. I'm not sure if that rings a bell to you. He is the one who wrote the Don't Worry, Be Happy song. Don't worry, be happy. And he said that there is no bad singers, and some people say, I can't sing. Well, everybody can sing. With the right teacher and the right approach, everybody can sing, no matter who, okay? Even people with a bit of a weird voice sometimes can sing. So he was telling his audience that everybody can sing, and it's just a matter of how you do it, okay? So just the same thing as guitar playing, it takes a little bit of discipline, it takes a little bit of time and desire to do that. So yeah, if you wanted to sing with the guitar, it's doable. The other thing is that when you sing, it also gives you the tune. Okay, so for example, if you take, and you are welcome to tell me if you know one song in particular, we can see it together. The point here is for you to be able to uh, know how to play the songs you want to play. So if there's a song in particular that you feel like playing, you can tell me and we can try and do it. Maybe we won't be able to make it today, but we can make it throughout the different classes. Okay? Um, so there are a few things that you need to know in order to be able to play the guitar. Is obviously the fact that the more you will play, the more you will develop what we call the ear. When you play, you should be able to define whether or not you're playing in tune, basically. Okay? So when you're playing a song, any given song, you might want to see if you're playing it right or not. Just so the only way you can do that is by practicing the song. Okay, with the internet that we have today, you have all the tools available for you to be able to play properly. So if you wanted to sing, I don't know, Frozen, the song Frozen that everybody knows, where she's in the mountain and sings. I take this example because I like it too, and I kind of sing it sometimes. So if you wanted to sing that, you would just simply go on YouTube, take the song, and learn it this way, okay? And then you would have to find the chords, which leads me to show you another app, and this app is also free, I think. It's called Chordify. 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 This is the app in question, Chordify. So when you have this app, you can search for any song that you enjoy. Okay? So for example, I've been searching for, maybe you know the group called Kids United. They're singing in French and also in English, I believe. And so, for example, if I was looking for a song and I wanted to see the chords, you have the capacity of finding it, and it will show you the chords like that. So this is what looks like chords, okay? So you have a YouTube video and you have the chords, and what you do is simply you play it, and it will. There you go. So as you play, you can see if you're playing it right, and you can just simply follow what they're doing. So obviously here they're actually playing a little fast. You can slow down the music. There is an option here to slow down the music. So obviously you need to know the chords, but it's also a nice way to get to learn the chords, okay? So if you wanted to use that app, it is also available on the App Store or Google Play, I believe, and you can simply download it and use it like that for any given song. What I used to do when I was learning guitar is that I used to want to learn something harder than I could do. So because the simple stuff was just too simple for me. So I used to want to learn something harder than I could play, which means that I would spend more time to learn it. But ultimately, I was able to eventually play it, and I was very satisfied with playing the song I wanted to play. Okay? So this one is a little complicated to play, but the point is at the beginning is to simply try and play guitar simply, okay? So what you need to do first, obviously, is this side and then this side, okay? When I first started playing guitar, actually, my teacher said, don't use this side, only use this side to just get the feel of it, okay? it is for you to define exactly at some point what you want to do, but everything is possible. Okay, so for the sake of this course today, we're going to do both this side and this side a little bit. Okay, so the idea is to place a few chords. Okay, so like I said before, you can have what we call the E minor. Okay, so let me try and be closer to the screen so that you can see what I'm doing. So there you go. So E minor is basically these two chords here. With your two fingers here, you place your fingers here. Okay. So this is called the E minor and should sound like this. Okay. Then you can take what we call a G, and G is a little more complicated. As you take your four fingers and you basically place them on the two of the top and the two at the bottom. Okay, so like that. Yep, yep, yep. And that should sound something like this. Okay, so it can be complicated to try and play here and do some rhythm here. Okay, the point is to take it nice and easy. Okay, this part for the moment we'll let it be as it is. All we'll do is do that. Okay, so when you do your chords, we'll only do that for today. Okay, later on we'll see how we can apply some rhythm to it. All right, but for today we'll just simply keep it simple. It's plain and simple. So the idea here is to try and do those chords. So this is called the D, and the D is done like that on these bottom chords. Okay, and you place your fingers like, yes, good. So actually I don't know the Suhas. Okay, good. All right, good. You need to move, Ryan, you need to move your fingers to the left. To the left. So this is on the... Yes, exactly. So this should sound like this. Okay, so like I told you, many songs out there have those chords, for example. So the idea here is to try and play. And to simply keep going with that and have a feeling of what it does. Okay? So these are rather simple chords that generally can give you the ability to play many songs actually. And many songs only have just those chords. If I take from my book, for example, and I play, so actually the one I was playing before, it's called Jeje Bolo. It's played on those chords. So this is an A. Okay, the A, put it is on the second fret here, second one. And you put an A like that. Yep. Okay, so the one I was playing has those three chords, for example. Simple and easy. Only difference is that I'm actually doing the rhythm. So I'm gonna go slower for you, okay, obviously. So let me go slower. So if we wanted to play this one, for example, this one is a nice one, is a sweet one. It doesn't require to be a extremely good guitar player. So we can try this one. So you start with this one, the D, then the G, then again the D, yep, and then the A. All right, so the objective is to try and play those chords repetitively and to try and play that slow to begin with, and you go a little faster, okay? We'll do it together, okay? And because this song starts slow and goes faster at some point, okay? Generally I play with my pick, but here I'm just gonna play with the fingers, okay? So let's do it. So you can just strum like that. So a little indication, when you play chords that are on the lower part of your fret here, you play only the chords here at the bottom. You don't play all the chords, okay? There's no need to play all the chords. It's just a simple indication. So not like that. If I play all of this like that, it's not gonna work. So you can just simply play the chords. I'm gonna sit because it's easier for you to see. Okay, so see, I'm just only strumming the chords from the bottom. So that gives you, this is basically the bass, what we call the bass note. J, 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 J. Actually, I'm gonna use it because I'm starting to be a little Jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo. Jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo. Jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo. Jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje bolo, jeje. So this is just the very beginning, okay, of the song. So this is just to give you an example. You don't necessarily have to play this one after. We can give you access to that song. Actually, the song, I will write it here if you want to listen to it. It's a very nice one. It's written by Australian people, and it's called Jeje Bolo. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Jeje Bolo Nirmal Ganeshaki. You can find it on YouTube easily, and actually you will find maybe the one where they play in Singapore in 2018 or 19, and they have the whole band playing, and they play it. It's very joyful, very dancing. So this is the one that we're doing now, okay? So this is the very start of the song, okay? So now, either you want to play it very soft and kind of sweet, or you want to give it a little bit of punch, okay? In which case, this is with a little bit more punch, okay? Especially when you have somebody doing the percussion, the drumming, somebody with maybe a piano, somebody with maybe a flute or something, and you need to give the tone of... The cool thing with the guitar is that when you start knowing how to play it nicely, you can give the actual mood of the thing. If you give a mood of something very soft, So people are going to go soft. Okay, they're going to go slow. If you want to give a bit of rhythm, you need to go. So that tells your audience and that tells the musician that are with you that, okay, it's punchy, so let's make it punchy, right? But if you are just wanting to be in the evening, going to bed and just something to soothe everybody down, then you can simply, just so that everybody calms down and goes. So this is why guitar is really nice to be able to play, because you can make people dance and for hours to go, but you can also make people go to sleep very easily. I do that with my kids, and I play a little bit so that when they're a little excited, I just play so that it cools down and they can go to bed, for example, or nap or whatever it is. Okay, so let's start again. Let's do it again. So you don't have to follow me step by step. If you want to go, especially because your mic is not open, you can, if you want to make it a little more punchy, you can. The point is to try and to have fun, okay? There's nothing that you're going to do wrong because you're learning, okay? So if you want to have fun and just play, okay? So to begin with, the point is to keep the chords going, okay? And to make sure that you get comfortable with the chords. And when you get comfortable with the chords, is that your fingers have developed the mechanism of switching from one chord to another one, okay? So because when you play fast, you also need to switch fast, okay? So if I play slow, I have plenty of time to switch. But if I play fast, so I need to be able to switch easily. Okay? So, since our session is gonna soon be finished, the idea is for you at home to simply do these chords, and you don't necessarily have to limitate yourself to these chords. These are just 3 chords, actually 4, on the regular scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So these are the regular notes on the regular scale, okay? Now, you're very welcome to check out the other notes online. Nowadays, you find everything online, so you can check the other notes, and it's gonna look like, I'll show you what it looks like. It's gonna look like that. So, like I told you, you get the A that is here at the very top, the A. So this is a bit small to read, but basically what you will find is schematics like that, where you will have basically the representation of your guitar and where to place your fingers. Okay, so maybe you already know that, maybe you're already knowledgeable with that. So if you are, and for you, when you read that, it makes sense, all you have to do is play and practice, really. So you have the A, then you have a B, C, D, and all the way to the G, okay? So, for example, in my book, if I happen to forget one chord and not know how to play it, I will just simply look at that and I'll be, okay, so this is how I place my fingers, and I will be able to do it. Because in the regular scale, you also have those strings, chords. That one, the F, okay? And this is one of the chords that is least easy to do, okay? When you place your fingers like that, okay? So this is F, for example, all right? Looks like Suhas, you already know how to do it nicely, so that's good. So what I would suggest is that until next sessions, if we have one, is that you try and simply practice those simple chords until then, and just simply use them like that. Okay? And just have fun at home. Have fun with just playing them. You don't have to play in the same order. You can change the order of the chords. The idea is to always to become comfortable with playing those chords. Do you have any questions in particular? Because we're getting to very close to the end of this session. I hope it was useful and that you got to learn and you got to have what you were hoping on learning. I would suggest to just keep having fun at home with your guitar. It's not easy to just do that on your own, but what I would suggest is, other than, you can always watch this in replay anywhere on YouTube if you wanted to. And otherwise, what I would suggest is try maybe to find a local teacher and to have a teacher maybe once couple of weeks, just to give you a little bit more to work with, okay? And slowly get to know more about guitar playing. But ultimately is the more you will practice, again, there is no secret to it. The more you'll practice, the more you'll get to enjoy. And what I would suggest is take one song online that you like and try and play it. You know, there's no other way to do it. Okay? So thank you for coming today. I hope that was useful for you. Feel free to reach out to me if you want. You can also, I will put my phone number here. You can contact me on WhatsApp if you'd like. And if you have any question, or if you'd like to have another session, or feel free to contact me, to ask me a question if you want. And send me a voice message if you want, or whatever it is. And obviously in 1 hour it's not easy to do things, and especially when we're online, but you're very welcome to contact me, and I'll be happy to help you.
Okay. Thank you, dear Erwan Lesigne. I hope that now I pronounce it right.
Yeah.
Thank
problem.
you for all this precious gift of melody, serenity, and joy emanated through your instructions today here, and also for our YouTube audience. So if, as he said, you can contact Erwan directly, or also you can contact us in area of UNESCO BMW.org website under contact us, or email us at info@unescobmw.org. If you need to continue with these classes, if you need to know more, you can contact us for organizing another session. If you need any technical questions and maybe make a jam playing with Erwan, you can contact him directly. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a very nice day, the rest of the day, this Sunday here in East area. We have very, very good weather. And see you for the next program. Bye, everyone. Thank you again, everyone. And us and Ryan. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Have fun.
I have a question.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So, I practice yoga as well, and I was wondering if you could teach me some bhajans if we take some
Absolutely.
classes.
Yeah. Well, this was one of the bhajans, Jejibolo, near Malganeshaki. So I've been playing that